Ashton ESG, Estate Sun-Grown, 23-year salute, 6 1/4 by 52. Stay tuned. Welcome to Cigar Perspective. I am David.
And I'm Zach again.
And today we're taking a look at the Ashton ESG, Estate Sun-Grown, 23-year salute, 6 1/4 by 52 Toro stick. So let's take a quick smell for some of the aromas coming off of it.
And before that, visually, it's less, you can tell there's oils in the wrapper, but it's almost got a matte looking finish. It's real chocolatey and kind of matte finish.
Yeah, it does.
One thing I'm noticing here, since it's out of the cellophane and in this light particularly, there's almost shades of like a red in the wrapper, which is, it's really hard to
you can actually sort of see it in the video here. The wrapper does have like a hue
in certain areas more than others too. And as far as the construction of the cigar, the wrapper, I mean, I love that color and, like I said, kind of the matte looking finish, but it's actually it's a little bit chunky in spots. It's a little bit uneven, like it sort of gets wider at the end. The quality of the leaves look good though.
Yeah, well, it should be. It's very sort of a rare type of cigar, but the aromas right away, I'd say leather, spice, some barnyard, and definitely very rich tobacco aroma coming off.
A lot of sweet tobacco. It's a very clean smell though. It's
right?
Nothing overpowering, nothing bad whatsoever. But
definitely. So let's go ahead, get it cut up, introduce the flame, and see how it develops this morning. Alright, so we do have it lit up, and right off the bat, very nice open draw, good burn to start off. Right in the beginning, definitely getting some leather, some earth, spice, a little bit of sweet tobacco. It's pretty rich too right off the bat. How do you feel right up at the beginning here?
Yeah, I get a lot of that same leathery, little spice in there. And in my draw, I'm not getting a lot of smoke right now, but it is a really clean, or it's an open draw though. I'm just not getting a ton of smoke at the moment. And one thing that's surprising me is how long the draw lasts. So it you get
finish.
The finish, yes, that's what I'm looking for. It finishes it lasts quite a while.
Right.
You're getting a lot of different notes coming in, especially different from the beginning to the end. And one thing too is I noticed that the wrapper itself kind of leaves I want to say a tang on your lips after you take a draw.
It is a very slight. Are you sure it's not more of like a spice note? Like it's not infused in any way at all. These are not infused at all. So
it's more of a sensation than a flavor.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a zing on the lips. I wouldn't call it a spice. The smoke is definitely spicy, and I'm getting some wood, and that leather in there reminds me kind of a saddle, something like that.
For sure, it's a rich leather. Like there's a lot of the notes itself are very rich.
Definitely rich. Yep, for sure.
So,
but I'm liking it a lot so far.
Nice, that's good. So this cigar does have Dominican sun-grown wrapper, grown at the Chateau Fuente farms in the Dominican. Same thing as the farms as the Opus X and God of Fire, and then it has Dominican binder and a Dominican filler as well. Good open draw. I'm getting a lot of smoke off mine, a lot of thick white smoke coming off of it. Anything you want to add?
Not really at this point.
Alright, well, we will see how these develop. If there's any notable changes, we'll be back soon. Otherwise, we'll be back at about the halfway point. Alright, so we're back. We're just about a third of the way in. A few notable transitions to discuss. The first thing I'm noticing is a lot more wood coming in towards the finishing through the first third here. but the draw is still very open. I have a really nice burn on mine. Zach's has just slightly off, but it doesn't look like it needs a touch up.
It's catching up.
So yeah, it's catching up.
Yeah, the ash is holding on there nicely.
Yeah, for sure.
A little issue with the beginning is of an uneven burn, like he was mentioning, but it's catching up. No need to touch up or anything like that as of yet. And yeah, I'm getting a little more smoke now. I haven't had much transition from what I had earlier. Typical with smoking a cigar is like, I think I said before too, all those little gaps are just kind of being filled in as you work your way down.
Right.
I did pick up a quick little, vanilla note. It was real short, and it was like that, like vanilla bean, like you were saying too. Like definitely not an artificial type thing. It's a real rich, thick vanilla taste, but real quick. And the other thing I've noticed too is when I take a draw, the smoke feels really cool coming in, whereas a lot of cigars, you really feel that warm, thick smoke. This just feels cool. It's super. It's unlike any other cigar I've smoked. It's actually my first Ashton as well. If anything, I like to. My mind pictures flavors and colors, kind of, and I picture this smoke tasting white. It tastes the color white.
There you go.
Yeah.
It is definitely a lighter, smoother
A lot of
smoke.
cigars have like a caramely colored smoke taste, if I would put a color on that. This is a white smoke taste, so put that in your book.
And then one thing about this cigar too, while it has been very, very pleasant and enjoyable up to this point, the price point on it is a little higher than what typically you're looking at, around $19 to $21, $22 per cigar in retail stores, and even online. The cheapest that I've even seen them is maybe $85 for a 5-pack. So you're gonna pay the price for this one, but I think
it rated pretty highly.
Yeah, it does have a 94 rating as well, so it is definitely a quality cigar. And right now it's very open, good burn, a lot of good notes. We have leather, earth, spice, wood. As he was saying, there was a little bit of vanilla and slight cream, just a little bit of
along
underlying
with that vanilla,
cream.
they kind of, they're fighting each other for position.
Right.
Sure.
So far, definitely a good smoke. Medium body up to this point. Don't think it's going to get too much heavier than medium. Feels like a pretty light, smooth smoke.
Yeah, real energetic feeling stick for sure.
So great up to this point. We'll be back in a little bit with some more transitions. All right, we have reached the halfway point here. Just a few changes going on. So basically the beginning started off with quite a bit of tobacco-y sweetness, which is more faded, and basically it's more like a richer leather wood type note right now. There's a little bit of pepper coming in, but other than that, a lot of the notes, like the earth, is not there anymore. But the draw is still really good, still nice open draw, great burn. The ash isn't holding on quite so well during the second half, but that's not something that I'm gonna knock it for, because it's been a very enjoyable cigar up to this point. Body is definitely still medium. How's it been going for you?
I really enjoy it. My draw has improved substantially as I've gotten to the second half here anyway. I'd agree with you on basically everything, all the points you had made. I'm not getting as much of that initial tobacco sweetness. Really the main thing for me is a nice, rich, expensive, high quality leather.
Yeah,
that's really what I'm getting. And yeah, it's been burning well. And it's like a wave of crashing into that nice leather taste, and then on the way out there's kind of, when that water recedes, there's a little bit of the creaminess undertone there.
Definitely some cream on the finish. So, great cigar up to this point. We will be back with the final third and the finish. Alright, so we have reached the final third here. Not a whole lot of changes since the halfway point. So basically the finish, it's finishing with more peppery wood, a little bit of leather, but the richness is gone. It's basically just it's leathery with some wood and a lot of pepper on the finish. The cream is gone, but still nice open draw, still really good burn. But again, after the halfway point, the ash really doesn't hold on like it did in the beginning. But overall, I would give this cigar an 8 out of 10. Very enjoyable. It's going to be good for any smoker, seasoned or beginner. You're going to enjoy the cigar very much if you can look past the price point and go ahead and give it a try. How do you feel about the ending here and how it's been?
It's definitely filled in. A lot of those, hasn't been a lot of transition from the beginning to the end as far as different flavors, just the same flavors becoming more robust. It's definitely it's one of the more unique cigars I've smoked so far. It's really clean throughout, and like I said earlier, I don't know if I'm just used to it now, but I don't have that kick on my tongue, that little zing that I got from the wrapper at the beginning. I think it's probably just me getting used to the flavor. Another thing I forgot to mention earlier is this really warm, pleasant aroma that you get from this off the foot there. It's almost as good as the cigar itself.
Right.
And I would say I give this a 7. Definitely a 7. It, you know, for how iffy the construction of the cigar looked before we sparked it, it burned really well. No issues with that. But yeah, I'd say solid 7.
Yeah, it is interesting for the rareness of the tobacco and the price point that they didn't necessarily look super high quality, but it is a very high quality, unique cigar.
And it looked like the ingredients there were quality, just like the execution of rolling it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Right.
But it hasn't caused any issues. It's not something that I put a lot of stock in with the cigars that I smoke, but just something to make note of.
Definitely. All right, guys and gals, this has been a review. Thank you guys and gals for watching. Be safe, like and subscribe, and have a great day.
Till next time, I've been Zach.